Yeah, so talking about the foundation that I started this year. So like you said, I actually knew there was a need in the market, especially when it comes to the African girls, because I understand being in the industry that there are very few people of color and there are very few women in the tech industry. And my thinking was, unless the people who are in the industry do something about it, the status quo is not going to change. And the biggest motivation for me was that the future is digital. And if we do not have enough African girls like yourself stepping into the industry, it means a lot of African women will not have jobs, and they'll not be able to participate in the economy meaningfully. So it was against this background that I thought, man, how can our business give back to society? And I came up with the idea of just starting a foundation where some of our resources or profits can go into developing young girls from as young as 10 years old, and at the same time mobilizing other businesses to put their resources in there so we can actually meet a big number of girls on the continent. So our target is actually to be able to support and train and mentor 10,000 girls a year. That's a big number. And that's why we actually then looking for partners. We're looking for other companies to actually divert their resources in there. So we have partnered with Wits University Foundation, Coach Mlohong, to actually come alongside us as an implementing partner. So they're going to actually be rolling out these programs for us. And the idea is to establish robotics and coding clubs in schools and in communities. And the target is for girls from the age of 10. Okay, so these clubs will run as an extra mural or extracurricular in a school setup or in a community center where the kids after school, the young girls after school can actually go and learn the coding skills. But over and above this, it's a one-year program that the girls get onto, and we mentor them about entering the tech industry. I am a woman tech mentor with Women Tech Global. I'm actually a global ambassador. So I sit with a whole resource of global women, that are in the tech field. So we'll be pulling in those resources to be able to sit like I'm sitting with you now and talk to the girls, inspire the girls, mentor the girls throughout the year on how they can actually step into the tech industry. And the goal is to get as many girls as possible at the end of their schooling career to actually choose a career in tech. That's what this is all about. Wow. So that's that's what I'm really busy with this year.
That's awesome. I really like the fact that you're starting at a grassroots level of 10 years old, because it's these small ideas that become integral to the sort of choices that we make later on. Because I know for a fact that if I had known that I could break into this, or I could do this, or even this sort of career exists, I would have chosen my subjects differently. I would have concentrated on different things. I would have looked at different universities. I'd looked at different courses. I just would have done so much different. And I think what's very interesting is how this program would be implemented in high schools, because that's a bulk of where choices are made. So I know
Absolutely.
in grade 9, subject choices are made. In grade 11, that's when school applications are made as well. So how will this program be instilled in high schools to help with the choices that are being made?
Yeah, so in fact, the program starts from primary school. So we are targeting girls from grade 4. When they're 10, they're in grade 4. And this program then will run. So the idea is to be able to train and mentor 100 girls per school, minimum 100 girls. And it's an open invitation that we send to the girls, and once a week the girls come and they do their coding, and we're hoping then we can spark interest such that when the girls come to grade 9, they are so invested, and they have so much knowledge around the area of tech, and the careers that exist therein, that at grade 9 they'll be making informed decisions in the type of subjects that they choose. So that at that point then, we start channeling them into getting the right subjects, that when they come to matric, they'll have the right subject choices to be able to enter tertiary to go and study tech. So these are programs that will run, like I said, every afternoon, and it's once a week. And it runs for the whole year, and it's a coding and robotic skills development. But on top of that, we are also bringing a mentorship program where we can engage with the girls either every fortnight or once a month, depending on the logistics. And really, it's pulling in and tapping into the global women who are in tech, bringing inspiration to these young girls.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wanted to ask, how has your experience been navigating the tech industry as a Black woman?
So for me, I haven't really experienced resistance, because I think there is that whole concept that there is resistance in the industry. That has not been my experience. Partly because I come to the market well informed. So I know my story very well. I know my story very well, and no one really has the guts to stand up and challenge me on the solutions that we bring, because I know them very, very well. So one of the things that I've really done is I've just given myself so much to learning. So whenever we bring in new solutions that our business starts carrying, I learn, I go all out and learn the inside and out of the solution, so that I'm very knowledgeable when I come to the market. So yeah, so for me, it's been a very joyous journey. I've enjoyed being in the tech industry. I love what I do. I love the impact that we bring to society, because technology is all about efficiency and increasing productivity and cutting costs. So I love being part of that, and the journey has been a very exciting one.
Yeah.
And it's for that reason, because I've enjoyed the journey, I want to multiply that experience to as many girls as possible from a very young age. That's why, the inspiration to actually start a foundation that addresses the young girls, and encouraging the young girls to come on board.
Yeah, yeah. And have you ever gone through the experience of, let's say, for example, um, I was having a discussion with one of my friends, and she was mentioning that, so a lot of ministers, for example, let's say there's a digital solution that's trying to be implemented, and they're in parliament and they are discussing this solution. They're saying how great it is, how beneficial it is, whatever, and no one buys into it because of their age, their knowledge. They just don't. They're just used to doing things manually. So how do you deal with that pushback of resistance, that people do not understand technology? They just don't understand it, and they don't think it's important.
Yeah, that's actually my everyday life. That's the life that I live, because I'm in the industry, and the people that are in making um, uh, level are people from our age group and older who actually do not fully understand or embrace technology in its totality. It's for that reason that I have started a podcast and the YouTube channel where you actually found me, where you listen to my content. I have actually then stepped up and just decided I'm going to educate the market when it comes to digital solutions and digital transformation, especially within the African context. Just so that people can learn and understand the value that technology brings and how life-changing it is. And so on the podcasts, both on YouTube and on Podbean, I bring in industry thought leaders that bring knowledge, where we educate, we inspire executives to actually have almost a buy-in into technology and just paint the picture of how efficiency it becomes as an organization once they've tapped into technology, and also just demystifying all the mindsets that are resistant towards technology adoption. Yeah, the other thing that we're very strong on as a business is the change management program. So whenever we sell a solution to an organization, so it's not just the executives or the people in leadership that are very uncomfortable with technology. It's the staff, the employees themselves.
Yeah.
When they hear of software robots coming into an organization, people are immediately thinking their jobs will be taken away. So we come alongside the organizations that are implementing our platform, and we support them to have employee buy-in, bring the employees on board, educate the employees the importance of technology and how that it frees up their time and it makes them more efficient at what they do. And once there's that buy-in, the transition then is easier.
Mm,
So
mm.
yeah, so it's been a lot of educating the market and putting out as much information out there in the market so that people can latch onto this information and start adopting a digital mindset.
Yeah, that's so interesting. The fact that you also believe in ensuring that the employees also buy into what is being introduced into the business because they're the ones who use it every day. So if they're skeptical about it, it's not beneficial to the business in and of itself. Something I
Absolutely.
wanted to know is that you mentioned that you have other companies. So,
Yes.
as a founder, in terms of funding, how difficult did you find, or easy even, did you find that process?
Okay, so we have not gone to market for funding. Our business has just grown organically, and yeah, we still just walk the journey of growing the business in a traditional and organic manner.
Mm,
So we've really never put ourselves out there for funding. As yet, we haven't really gotten to the place where we've seen the need.
that's interesting because from people that I've spoken to, when they think of founding a company or business, um, the first thing that they look to is um, funding, and it's often something
Mm,
that is quite difficult, and they're not quite sure of where to go or who to speak to, especially when it's
mm,
to, um, a company maybe in the more digital realm. So
mm.
it's interesting to know that yours actually played out as a traditional business where it grows organically.
And look, and I think that should be the message for the African people. The continent does not have money like the United States, where you've got all these venture capitalists that are investing in companies. We don't have that luxury. So if you're gonna sit and be waiting for somebody to come and pour money into your business for you to start a business, then you're not starting a business at all. Use what you have. Start with what you have, and then expand from there. Yeah, capital should never be seen as a stumbling block. I think technology actually has the lowest barrier entries. Anyone, for as long as you've got skills, if you've got skills to sell, technology is a place to come and build a business, because all you can do is, speak to an OEM, a company that, develops a solution that is looking for partners who are the channel distribution partners, and you earn a commission on that. You can build a lot of businesses. A lot of people have built solid businesses by that, where you are actually a distribution channel and you're offering support to the end user. Those are all big opportunities that never existed, and now they exist. So you do not need capital. All you need is just your skill to show up and build a business.
Whilst you're saying that, I become more and more frustrated because this is such an amazing industry to be in. There are just so many opportunities that so many of us aren't even aware of. So really, the work that you're doing is incredibly, incredibly important. And really, when I messaged you, I immediately told you that I was so inspired and I'm so in awe, because when I was trying to break in, I was like, where were you? Why had I not found you yet? You would have been such an amazing person to speak to. But like I said, the work that you're doing is absolutely phenomenal. And with regards to your foundation, if there's any way that I can contribute in terms of time or speaking to, or even just to brainstorm, I would absolutely love to contribute my time or anything else.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for the offer. We're actually looking for young girls like you, and off the record, I think we can actually speak more on how you can get involved, because you're quite passionate. I think there is an opportunity for us to actually